Yes, 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 yes. Part two of the interview with
Too
Mr.
much gems, which we got it. We have to
Vladimir.
go for part two.
Huh?
Too much
Yes.
gems. We're both going too hard at it. We had to drop a part two. You know.
Come on, man. The people
Yeah,
need it. They need it.
absolutely.
Man, we were talking about in part one. Obviously, this is going to be spliced together, as people know. And in part one, we were talking about the conversation about public relations, PR, as somebody in media.
Yeah.
You mentioned how you have to wear different hats. Obviously, as a journalist, as a critic, you're more in a positive or more a kumbaya. It's not as critical, as harsh.
Hmm.
But you said that in the PR, world, the marketing world, in a sense, because I think they intermix in a way. It's
Hmm.
more cutthroat, especially in music, right?
Yeah.
So, like you said, for up and coming creators to get noticed, what's something that you think they might overlook in terms of promoting themselves? Something they don't notice, something that gets ignored. You know what I mean? By those creators who are up and coming, trying to improve their PR skills and marketing skills, man. What's something they ignore?
Authenticity.
Mm, okay, that's real.
Trying
Mm.
really hard to play into the image of what you see online, or trying to be like somebody that you see online and trying to be something that you're not. I mean, a lot of time
Mm,
promoting yourself,
okay.
it's like being phony can only take you so far. You know what I mean? Like it can only take you so far. I mean, yeah, it can lead you somewhere for a little bit, but at some point you're gonna get tired, and people are gonna get tired of you too. You know what I mean? So, I think most the most
Facts.
important part is definitely authenticity. I mean, people forget, like, nowadays, especially with AI and all that stuff, people are looking for
Oof.
real. People are looking for something real. You know what I mean? They're looking to go online. They want to see
Yes.
something that they're like, oh, that feels like it's honest to me. That feels like a real person. That feels like a real human. And
Mm,
that's the word of mouth that you want. That's what makes
right.
people share your stuff. That's what makes people.
Mm,
We can act stupid and go viral over some stupid shit, but eventually, at some point, that can, like I said, that can only get you so far. A viral moment. So some people are chasing that one viral moment, but then that's all it is. It's a moment. You know what I mean? And then it's over.
right.
Do you want a moment, or do you want a career?
Oh, that's a bar. Do you want a moment or do you want a career? Because trust me, there's so many things in, marketing, PR that are just gimmicks or they come and go.
Yeah.
Recently I was checking out this interview with Takashi 69, and it reminds me of a time where Takashi 69 was super viral and he was a moment. But
Hmm.
then to see his career and his trajectory fall so fast, now it's almost like this person didn't exist. They're on to the
Yeah.
next one, right? So authenticity, that's wow, that's so true. We are in a world that's increasingly more fake, more
Yeah.
fickle. So when you have something more authentic, I can definitely relate to that. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's definitely what it is, because I'm telling you from perspective. I have 10 years in this game,
Wow.
so
Wow.
it's to be. I don't be chasing moments. You know what I mean? Like
Good point.
to I've had to. I mean, at first it was about chasing moment before I realized that this could be a career, and in order to
Right.
make it a career, that's like that's consistency and growth. You know what I mean? And then the
Mm,
people will speak for you. You know what I mean? People will speak for you. Your fan base will be loyal. Your supporters will stick around. That's how people stay around for years. You know what I mean? Like in this day
right.
and
Good
age,
point.
where especially on the internet, where anybody, or even from a city like the one we come from, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
anybody can sort of like be popping one day, and then the next week, the next month, you don't hear from them anymore. I mean, so many people have come and gone in so many different games, whether it was music events,
Right.
or bloggers, or personalities. They were there, but when they were there, when they had that moment, it felt crazy. And then that, you know what I
Yep.
mean? That's it. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So So that's something that people, it's if you want to have that longevity, I mean, you can hit viral and people can be hooked on you for a little bit, but eventually people are gonna outgrow you. And when they outgrow
Oh
you,
yeah, absolutely.
that becomes brutal, because now you start feeling like, man, I don't want people to outgrow. How do I get to the next moment? You know,
Right.
me, I don't have to do that anymore. I can just exist.
Mm. I mean, how has been actually this may be a personal question on my end.
Yeah,
How are
go.
you able to stay consistent for, like you said, 10 plus or 10 years exactly, actually,
Yeah.
because you're absolutely right. Even me, I find myself where I've been inconsistent or maybe I fall off here and there. But how are you able to stay so consistent, so driven in a sense? Because that's definitely harder than most. Like you said, there's been a lot of people I've seen come and go here and there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, a lot of that is
Mm,
remembering your whys, why you're doing it.
mm.
If you're
Right.
doing it to get to the money, then I got bad news for you, man. The it takes a while to get to the money, and once you get to it, man, the money can't it comes and goes. You know what I mean? So
Oh
it's
man,
it's
preach.
you know
Preach to me. I've lost money doing this, bro.
I,
But I love it. I love it. It's fun.
that's what that's
I've
your
lost
why,
more than
man.
I gained.
I
Yep.
used to, I used to pay to do what I do, and now I get paid to do what I do. You
Tell
know,
me about preach on that because trust me, I'm doing an event coming up soon. This is some other breaking news, but I'm gonna definitely lose money. I'm gonna lose money. I've already accepted it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
But I want it to go well. That's my goal. I want it to
yeah.
go well.
I've
You know what I
either
mean?
I've either paid
Yep.
money to do what I do, or had to cut off some, or charge it to the game. You know what I mean? Or I've had
Oh,
to do stuff, or I've
yes.
had to do this for things for free for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just be like the assistant, the number two, and just like, just let myself be guided through the opportunities. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the first couple
Yeah.
years, Shifter wasn't paying me. The first couple years, but I was there for everything. You know what I mean? So because
Wow.
I love what I do, and now I'm like, I'm senior editor. I get access to so many things, and
Nice.
we're good now. Still growing and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's remembering your why. Why do you do what you do? And for me, I have my reasons. I have my personal reasons um,
All right.
to be to be doing this. Even I be on vacation, I be, I having time
Mm.
off, and I'm still doing it. There's a reason for that. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
you're working on vacation.
yeah, yeah, because when you love
Wow.
what you do, you don't be realizing that you're working.
Fair point. Fair
You don't be
point.
realize, especially if you're true to who you are. For me, it's simple. My purpose is to find meanings in things so I can express them for the people who can't express themselves.
Right. Wow. That's deep.
You
That's
know,
deep. That's a deep concept, yo.
that's
Oh.
that's what drives me, man. I can go online and talk about something, whether it's a movie or a subject or whatever, and talk
Mm.
about it in such a way that would make somebody be like, "Oh, I understand myself better because this person has expressed certain things that I don't even know how to find the words for, you know? Even as a writer, I'm also a
Mm.
writer and a poet, right? So even from
Right.
that
Right.
perspective, it's like that's kind of like what drives me. It's like getting to that point where somebody feels like, oh my God, I feel understood because you got to express something that I don't know how to express. That to me is like
Mm.
that to me is how you make people feel like they're not alone,
Right.
and
Right.
the fact that I have the gift and the ability to do that, like, just naturally without already thinking, to me that feels like a
Mm.
responsibility. You know what I mean? um
Mm.
and, and, and
Mm.
and that's what drives me. I just so happen to be successful at it. I just so happen to have an organic following. I'm not talking about a social media following. Social media is
Right.
now,
Right. Right.
what I mean. When I go on the CVs, like, I don't have 10,000. I don't go chase 10,000 followers on Instagram, but trust that when
Yeah.
I tune in on CBC, and we're doing our segments, we get about 100,000 listeners tuning in. You know what I mean? And that's like real
Wow.
people that I talk to. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's my
Yes.
focus. You know what I mean? And when you have
Right.
that for real, you're no longer in that rat race, whether it's that corporate rat race or that social media rat race where you're either trying to get like a management position or whether you're trying to
Mm,
get a certain amount, certain number of subscribers. I'm free for either one of from either one of that. You know what I mean?
right.
I don't have to chase either one of those things. So having that freedom by being myself, first of all, that's a blessing. You know, that's God.
Oh, it definitely is.
That's
Hmm.
100% that's God. So I
Praise
recognize
God.
that. And then on top
Yeah.
of that, it feels like a responsibility. That's why I do it.
I like that. I like how you talked about responsibility. I got two more questions for you. By the way, if y'all are watching, appreciate y'all for liking the stream. I want y'all to like it, comment, subscribe. If you're watching this on Reels, if you're listening to this on audio podcast, smash the like button, 5 stars. We are having a real exclusive with a real one right here. And I'm very thankful for him even gracing a bit of time. You know what I mean? He's a busy guy. You know what I mean? So I definitely look up to him as somebody who has been in a game that I endeavor to continue to be in the future. So something I wanted to ask you though, right? You're a Black Canadian, right? Black Haitian Canadian, so many identities here. Does that give you a unique lens from a media perspective, right, compared to other people in your same industry? And I mean to say this in the sense that, let's say you have a white movie critic, or let's say a female movie critic. Of course, our identities are not all of who we are, but they play a part in how we maybe see the world and how the world interacts with us, right?
That's it.
So, how is your identity formulated you in your career, and you can go from journalism, music criticism, or even PR? How has that either helped you, maybe made things tougher, or any words related to your identity and your work?
I think for the most part, it also came with sometimes it felt even harder because it comes with labels. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It
okay,
so
okay.
it comes with labels and obstacle. If anything, it's made me more resilient. You know what I mean?
Mm,
It's made me more resilient because you have to overcome certain things where you're like, I can literally see somebody white who has done less than what I do being offered more than what I have. You know what I mean?
oh,
It's sort of like it's sort of
yeah,
like be like, hey man, and at the same time recognizing, you know, where your own privilege play into that. You know, it's
yeah,
important to be mindful of that too. So if anything, I think I'm a proud black man. You know what I mean? I'm Pan African.
of
For some
course.
people who don't know, I'm Pan African. As I'm so pro black. Like I can go like, you know, I'm up there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ibrahim Traore, who's doing some big stuff in Africa right now. You know, like
Absolutely.
yo, I'm so tapped in
You're
that
Haitian, 1804, man. Come
you know what
on
I'm
now.
saying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm so
yeah.
tapped in, man. It's crazy. If
Mm,
anything, like yeah, it's made me even more resilience, more aware. You know, it and it's an honor to be a black man in this game, to rep for Haiti in this game, you know. But
right.
it came, if anything, like despite it being an honor, it came with some obstacles. You know what I mean? Like you
Mm,
pop into this game with a Haitian accent, and you're
mm.
black, you're from Canada. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, man, fuck, man, just pick a struggle. You know what I mean? You can't have them all. You
That,
can't have them all. You want to be
yeah,
black,
you're right.
French, and Canadian? That, what the heck, bro?
Oh,
And you're Haitian on top of that? Like, come on, man. You know
oh,
what I'm saying, like
yeah,
it's like it's like you're asking for obstacles.
yeah,
It's like you're asking for the barriers. You know what I mean? So it's so if anything, it just sort of like reinforced my authenticity. You know, like it
right.
just forced me to sort of like it gave me more to not force me, that's not the right term, but it gave me more to be to stay authentic too, you know. And
Mm,
that's an advantage because some people tap into this game lost, they don't know who they are, you know what I mean, they don't have a foundation, they don't have culture to ground them.
right.
I have that,
Yes.
you know what I mean. I have that, you
Mm,
know, when I go to Hollywood, I don't try to sound different, I'm trying to talk different, I'm trying to like
yes.
pull up different, you know what I mean, like I know if they
Yeah.
want to get the real me, all I have to do is drop a sac passe, comment ça va, and they'd be like, oh,
C'est
you're
ça.
different. You're really you. You know what I mean? Just like
Right.
if anything, I have more to be authentic to stay. I have more that I get to be authentic to.
I always, similar to how you say it, I say embrace your identity and go deeper into it. I've always thought that way. Of course, us being black men in North America, of course, not in our original countries. It's hard, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we're blessed in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? We're
Mhm.
blessed to be healthy. We're blessed to be, have the things that we have or have a support system. Lean
Yeah.
into our identities, you know what I mean? I'm Rwandese, I'm African,
Ah,
I
Amakuru.
speak French. I'm Makuru ni meza yego. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, brother. You know what it is. But dig into your identity and don't be afraid to let that shine. And I'm happy that you said the positives of it, bro, because
Yeah.
there's always been this. I'm not saying victim mindset, but in the sense that yes,
True.
we do have it hard, of course. You know what I mean. But
Yeah.
we're also privileged in a lot of ways. That's
Yeah.
just my personal point of view.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, of course. You know what I
No,
mean?
but I completely agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you because I mean your circumstances are not your fault, but dealing with them is your responsibility. And some people think that
Yes.
that it absolves them of responsibilities to. I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? I don't.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
refuse. I refuse to victimize myself. I refuse to say that I'm stuck in. Like, how are you stuck? You know what I mean? Like, I choose to be
Mm,
here. I'm not stuck here. I choose to
yeah.
be here for a reason because from here there's good that I get to do. There's things that I get to be. There are people that I get to inspire. Like, it's a privilege to be here right now, but I'm not stuck here. You know what I mean? So people who claim
Yes,
that I'm stuck,
absolutely.
it's like, man, I don't know, man. I one thing I've come to recognize about this game, man, this media game or whatever game, man, is that it's honestly is a lot of unhappiness is self-inflicted.
Mm,
A lot of struggles in this game tend to be self-inflicted. And I
right.
used to be very like, you know I used to be very the type of guy who wanted to help everybody until I realized that I
Mm,
could. And
right.
I can't help people more than they want to help themselves. You know what I mean? Or
Absolutely.
love people more than they love themselves. Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You know what
Mm,
I mean? So now I'm more. I sort of like focus my attention on people who are going somewhere and who are taking themselves somewhere because I can help them, and also they can help me. 50 Cent has this quote where he says,
mm,
in life you go as far as the people that you talk to for no reason. So if somebody is going nowhere, there's no business. You have no business talking to them to begin with. I live
good
by
point.
that, and I won't be having conversations with everyone. So
Mm.
say I get to be. I'm very selective.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but you know what? You're absolutely right. You have to be more selective because you're right. There's people going nowhere with no vision. And unfortunately, that can pull you down as well, and I can definitely relate to that because I've been blessed with a lot of good people in my life. You know what I mean? I had to slow down with a few negative ones, but I'm open to more good ones, and I'm very reciprocal, man. I'm not the type of person who is a taker. I want to give back as well. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You have to give back. You have to put a hand down to pick somebody up because there was somebody at a certain point who picked me up. Actually, a lot of people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Vice
And I'm
versa.
thankful for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Same here.
Last final question, man, to before I get you out of here, man. For any young creatives, and I think you kind of touched on this,
Hmm.
who are trying to get in the media game, not
Yeah.
only film journalism, PR,
Yeah.
what's your best piece of advice? And I think I've seen a theme here, which is authenticity.
Yeah.
But is there maybe you can build up on that? But before we let the people go,
Don't be afraid to embarrass yourself.
oh,
Yeah, that's a lot of time. That's what holds people back. I don't have the great camera. I can't get started. I don't speak. I don't speak the way this person. I don't speak eloquently. I can't get started. You know, I
Right,
haven't
right.
read that many books. I get if embarrassing yourself could kill you, I'd be dead a long time ago. You know what I mean? So just
100%.
be
Yep.
100% you. I embarrassed myself on radio last week. I just said like whatever, man. It's out here. Y'all go watch it, y'all go listen to it, whatever, man.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
It's it's you staying true to yourself, but obviously it's a big one. But we already touched on the authenticity stuff, so I'll give you that.
right,
On top of that, don't be afraid to embarrass yourself. It comes with the territory. If anything, man, just don't. It's like it's an opportunity for you to learn how to take yourself too seriously and to laugh at your own fuck ups, man. Like you
yeah,
will do things, you will cringe, you will look at yourself, you're gonna be like, yo, that was cringy,
hey
man.
yo,
Who did I think who did I think I was? You know, when I
yeah,
pulled up and I acted like this, like who was I thinking? Who did I believe me to be? You know what I mean? Like you'll
yeah,
have
of
the,
course.
but that's good. It means that you're growing. You know what I mean? That means that you're
Mm,
growing. I look back at some of the stuff I've done 2 years ago, and I'm a bit embarrassed. You know what I mean? But I just you laugh at it. You know what I mean? You kind of have to you have to do that. You have to have those moments where you those hiccups, those moments where you just where you do something where you with confidence do it. And you're just like, wow, that was the wrong decision, or that I did not so stupid, or I pulled up with the wrong information, or man, I
right,
just spoke for an hour about something I knew nothing about, had no business being a part of that conversation to begin with. But that man,
right,
that's what makes you human, and that in this game, man, you're gonna, we talk about connecting with people and how connect. If you can't make connection, you're pretty much dead in this game. You want to
mm.
make connection, bro. You have take the risk to be vulnerable, take the risk to be yourself. That's what makes people sort of be like, yeah, you know what? But I do relate to this person because I be getting embarrassed too.
Yeah, no, no, that's so true. I kind of look back at some of my biggest mess ups and I'm like, damn, I learned from that. I
Yeah,
definitely learned from that. And yeah, man, wow. Thank you so much for this time. Vlad Jean-Guy. Hey man, big broadcast by Tom Blog. Thank you so much for y'all time. Y'all know what to do. Give us some likes, hearts, 5-star comments, whatever they hit for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we out. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, sir.